In the summer, I drink my water in a big beer glass. Because I don't drink beer at home, so I might as well drink fizzy water in a beer glass. Today, we are going to talk about forgiveness and why I think forgiveness is such a powerful tool for transformation. Whether you are into manifesting or just looking to change your life in general, forgiveness is something that you need to look at if you want to move forward in a powerful way. So if there's something or someone or someplace you need to forgive from your past, make sure that you keep watching. What's up guys, and welcome back. My name is Jen. I am a life coach and law of attraction teacher, and you have found my YouTube channel where I upload 2 new videos for you guys each and every week, all about the art of creating your best life ever. So please come and join me on this ride by hitting that subscribe button and then turning on the bell notification to make sure that you get notified every time a new video goes live. So today we're going to talk about the power of forgiveness and why it is such an important thing for everyone to look at. So by the time we reach adulthood, we all have a certain amount of junk in the trunk. We have a whole bunch of baggage. We have a whole bunch of stuff from our childhood and early life experiences. And that stuff can really get in the way of who we really want to be in the world and how we want to show up in the world. So one of the common things I hear from people is that, we didn't have a good childhood. We didn't have great parents. Things weren't storybook perfect. And maybe your parents couldn't tell you they loved you. Maybe they didn't spend time with you. Maybe they didn't have money. Maybe it was a neglectful situation. Like, there's a lot of ways that childhood can be tough on us. What I want to talk about today, though, really is about looking at your past with a human perspective. And so what do I mean by that? Well, the unfortunate truth is not any of us, not a single one of us, was completely parented perfectly. We were not loved 100% perfectly the way we wanted it to be. And that means that we all know what it feels like to feel abandoned, neglected, unloved, misunderstood. Like, these are all just common themes that happen to every single one of us. So when people hold on to their childhoods and they hold on to this resentment that things weren't perfect, they're really missing the bigger picture. So the bigger picture is that our parents are just humans like we are. They're just doing their best. Of course, there are some people in the world that did a better job parenting than others. Like, I'm not saying there's no such thing as a terrible parent. There are definitely absolutely abusive, neglectful parents out there. However, parents are still human and they are imperfect. And that means they're going to make mistakes. And that doesn't mean that everything that they did to you necessarily was okay, depending on your situation. I don't want to offend anybody that has had a really abusive childhood. But you can probably still understand what I'm saying here. Since nobody has a perfect childhood, since there's no such thing as a perfect parent, that means we should not walk through life resenting our childhood for not being perfect. The fact is, if you grew up in your neighbor's home or your friend's home or someone else's home, whatever the fantasy in your mind might be is probably nowhere near the reality. We all have a problem. We all have a set of problems. And the thing is, your problems, you might resent them so much when you're in this version of life, because I believe we're all part of the same consciousness. You might resent them right now. But the fact is, if you had to trade them for someone else's problems, you probably wouldn't. Right? We all have problems, but at least we understand our problems, and someone else's problems aren't necessarily better than ours. So an example that I always give about this particular thing is that I know people that grew up without money, but had parents that really, really loved them. But they may feel resentful at their parents for not making more money and not being able to provide certain things for them. And being that kid in school that's always wearing like the hand-me-down clothes or having the weird lunches or whatever it is. I also know people that grew up with incredible amounts of wealth and didn't have that love and support. So on the one hand, they had, you know, the designer clothes, the amazing vacations, you know, all that stuff. But they didn't have a parent that could say, I love you, or a parent that was even around necessarily. So we all tend to make this fantasy in our minds that somewhere out there, there was a perfect parent, and if only we had been born into that family, our life would be so much better. And I just want to tell you guys right now that that does not exist. There's no such thing as perfect. There's no parent out there that could have done an absolutely perfect job on you. So what we need to do collectively is to learn how to forgive our past, to forgive our parents, to forgive our circumstances. Because if we hold on to that resentment, it will end up being this heavy thing that we carry around with us for the rest of our life. And there really is no reason for that. If we all have a handicap of some sort, then really we're all kind of the same. So people love to point the blame finger and say, you know, if my brother hadn't been like this, or my mom hadn't been like that, or whatever, then I could have done better in school, I would have gotten into the right college, I would have, you know, whatever the story is. But really, none of that is true. You are still in charge of your life. You are the creator of your life. And no, of course, some of the circumstances in your life were not consciously great for you, right? I actually believe that we pick a lot of our circumstances, we pick a lot of like the bigger themes in our life, because we are here to experience contrast. We're here to experience the bad stuff, right? When we're a part of universal consciousness, we're all just love and happiness all the time. And I guess that gets boring. So we want to incarnate down here and become these human creatures that have ups and downs, because the downs are not fun, my friends. I know that. None of the downs are fun, but when you get to the up again, you appreciate it so much more. So I talked in this episode specifically about childhood stuff, but maybe you have a friend, a coworker, an ex, somebody in your life. If you have any kind of story about how this one person or situation is holding you back, I just wanted to make this video to remind you that no one is holding you back, and that nothing is so terrible to prevent you from becoming who you want to be and prevent you from creating the life that you want to have. If you want to keep telling people this, then yes, that is what your life is going to be like. But you are the one deciding on those words. You are the one deciding on that story. There are people out there that have had it so much worse than you can imagine, that are going on to create amazing things in their life. And so they've had crap happen to them, they've had whatever happened to them, and they just keep going. They decide on what they want and they keep going. They do not let their past hold them back from their future. And you don't have to either. No, we didn't get a fair break. We didn't get the equal shot. Like, things are different. Like, we all have problems. Like I said, the problems are different. You can whine about how unfair life is if you want to, but that will just keep you stuck in victim mode. So what I want you guys to think about is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, forgiving your childhood, forgiving your parents, forgiving your family, forgiving your friends, forgiving your coworkers, forgiving your boss, forgiving your ex, forgiving your girlfriend, forgiving whoever it is. Because you cannot go back and change the past, but you can move forward with that lesson and with whatever that situation gave you, because that has given you something. It has turned you into a stronger, smarter person. And you can use your stronger and smarter self to become even better and even better and even better and even better. But you can't do that when you're holding on to the past and telling the world that you can't because this horrible thing happened to you. So forgiveness is completely part of manifestation, because if you are sticking to that old story, that means you haven't forgiven. And if you haven't forgiven, that means you're acting in victim mode and you're waiting for something to come and save you. And the only thing that can save you is you. So I want you guys to think about that this week. I want you to think about who you need to forgive and release. And I swear to you, if you're feeling stuck if you're feeling trapped, if you're feeling like something is insurmountable in your life, this one little trick will help you get back in control and actually step up to become the hero of your own life, which is what you were always meant to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy week to spend here with me. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button. If you have a friend that could use this message, please do me a favor and pass it along to them. I would love, love, love your help in growing my cute little YouTube community here. I have 700 of you now, so that's really exciting. If you want to learn more about me, come on over to my site. I'll leave a link in the description box below, and I have an awesome free breakthrough worksheet for you guys to download. It is amazing at helping you get unblocked around whatever fear is holding you back right now. And when it comes down to it, most of the reasons why we're stuck and feel like we can't take action is because we're afraid of something, and the fear in our head is always so much bigger than the fear in reality. So if you're feeling stuck, come on over, get the worksheet. It'll really help you to shift your beliefs and to start moving forward again. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll be back here in the next one. So until then, I'm wishing you an amazing week, and just remember, as always, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.